Sure. My name is Jason Kelly, and I'm the CEO and founder of a ad agency called Ootem Advertising here in San Francisco. So we had an app that really needed to be updated quite a bit. we had a lot of old code and a lot of cleanup that needed to be done, as well as then sort of retrofit the app to meet today's sort of requirements by both the Google and Google Play and Apple iStore requirements. So my previous frustration wasn't about geography. It really was about did the folks understand the project? And then when they activated when people would activate, would they live up to what they actually said they were going to do during that sprint or that timeline? And but what happened is, of course, I naturally understand there's always challenges that happen and things slip and et cetera. What was the frustration I had was just the lack of understanding or clarity about why those were happening. My goal was never to have a development team go on forever. It was to actually learn, like, was I providing information that wasn't fully vetted for them to, my partners actually do the development work. And so that was one of my biggest challenges I had, was really just the lack of understanding and clarity of what was happening and why. So when we first started working, it was just a very small part of it, just to see, basically what was a working relationship going to be like. Beyond just, trusting each other and trusting new folks. Also, what was the account management like? What was the communication like? What I have learned is that piece is really just critical to the overall success of the project. And so that part was really important to me. So we just started doing a small bit, and then we kind of grew from there. We're real close to being done. We are going through kind of the last rounds of QA. And so we're getting there. We're real close. Everybody has a different selection process. For me, I always was looking at where does it intersect with the skill base of the crew, the team, and the customer service, communication, project management also. You can have a really, really amazing team of talented developers and programmers, but you're going to end up spending a great deal of your time actually trying to self-manage them, versus the opposite, which is really good project management and really excellent communication, but not so great development team. And what I've enjoyed working with you folks is the fact that I get both of those pieces together, and that has been very, very, very satisfactory. So I've also given you a few creative projects, which have been good. But for the most part, I would recommend those that are maybe in that startup to mid-tier, companies that need an application, both for either internal resources or for consumers. And for folks that need a app in my app is rather complex. It's not easy. It's one of a kind. Everybody says it about their app, but mine is very different, and there's some complexity to it. So I think folks that have a definite unique challenge with their apps, they would be well served with going with you folks.